And hi everyone. This is how it went this week. Pretty good. I mean, average. A lot better than last week. It's a bit of a roller coaster round. A couple great scores, but a few average scores. There's quite a lot of fake primos, a lot of frauds in my side that just dropped off the pace drastically. So we'll start off with Luke Ryan. I'm picking as a VC option instead of Bont, which is a bit frustrating. Thought Ryan will actually do alright, but Ferrari got smashed all night and we're no good. So they're a bit of another roller coaster team, Freo. It's hit or miss with them. And Ryan's worst score of the year, I believe. So it's a bit frustrating when you pick him as VC and he gets a 79. And then I picked Dacos as captain. I mean, it was probably a bit lucky to get that, to be honest, in the end. Got a few lucky threes. And it was, to be honest, Collingwood probably a bit shaky. I mean, I'll take the 129. Because at one stage I thought he might not even score that much at all. Or like a 90 or 80 type score at one point I was looking, but he got 129. Still a little annoying considering there was other options out there like Bontempelli or Zorko, which would have been a little bit more. But we'll take 129. It's not my biggest concern this week. And then Sheasel 120. So holding on to Sheasel is paying off at the moment. And then we've got Dan Houston, 174. Yeah, phenomenal. It's his best score of the year, and I believe it might be one of his highest Supercoach scores as well. So, yeah, happy with that. That sort of, put me up the ranks this week, and it's heading me in the right direction. Outstanding. It was by far their best player. And sort of kept Port in the game. Yeah, 174. Yeah, I can't ask for much more than that. And Whitfield 134 in the same game and got a great score as well. So he's not going to be quite the player who's going to chop. Want to get off these primos off field if I can. I mean, all these rookies off field. I mean, there's a couple of fake primos aren't even primos in my team that I need to get rid of. So, yeah, look, happy with 134 from Whitfield. So he's not going to get the chop yet. Sort of bounce back. So that's great. And then you got Aliir, 67. So that's alright. I just need him another week for cover for next week. And then hopefully, actually, I don't even think I will need him next week. Still got Braber too. So defence will be fine for next week. There's no problem there. Overall, defence actually did alright this week, other than probably Luke Ryan. Every other score is either I'm okay with or very happy with. Luke Ryan 79. Yeah, that's a bit of a shocker by his standards. And then the midfield, Bontempelli 162, so he's done it again. It's just frustrating, when I don't pick him as VC, he does well. When I do him as VC, he performs poorly. So yeah, it's hit or miss with Bont. It's a high ceiling, but can drop out a sub 100 game at some point, sometimes. So, I mean, he'd be up there with the Brownlow favourites, that's for sure. It's just hit or miss with Bont. I would say, pick him as a VC option, and just hopefully he gets that mega score that you want. And Sarong, another player has been disappointing. So it is one of his lowest scores of the season. Not failed to get 100, and Freo were disappointing all day, so it's not surprising he got under 100. To be honest with you, they'll absolutely smash Fremantle. And look, if they're going to compete and play finals, they can't dish out that performance to go from winning a game against Melbourne by almost 100 to dishing out this performance. I don't know if it's because of the bye, but it's one of the biggest turnaround I've seen. From game to game, I've never seen, a transformation like that in a team's performance. And then the Zach Butters, 76, another fraud or another player performed poorly. And this wasn't Port's night or Port's match. And 76. He's not the only player who's underperformed, but he's not going to be the one I'm going to chop. There's quite another fraud, but if that's just a one-off, that's his lowest score, or one of his lowest scores for the season, I'll take it, but it's still not ideal. And then on to Dawson. So there's another player that's sort of on the fence of who should I chop once I've got all the rookies off field, and Dawson be one of them. He had a good first half, but sort of fell away in the second half, just like Adelaide. And I just don't think he's top 10, to be honest. He will have, a good game, like getting 140 plus now and then, but he's not as consistent as some of these other midfielders. So he's the one he probably won't be the first one out if I can. I don't have too many trades left now, only 10, so I have to be very careful on what I do from here on. But yeah, Dawson's not looking great. Just like Adelaide's season, it's not good. He's got a bye as well. So, look, we'll see how we go. And then, an even bigger fraud, Tom Green, who had a great start to the season, but has fallen off more than probably any other primo in the competition. I've never seen a player, just drop off this drastically, halfway through a season, from my memory. And it's just, Tom Green, 80s, that's not good enough. I don't know when the last time he got 100, it would have been a while ago. So, look, I'm not too sure what to do with Green because he's lost too much money. I think at one point he was around about 600 and now he's at 456. Imagine if you brought him at 600. It's just crap like this that frustrates me with Supercoach. They can tease you at the start of the season performing well, but then they perform, poor in the second half. It's just not good enough. So, he might be, he's probably going to have to go. It might be either Gordon or Warner to bring in. Who knows, maybe O'Reilly at some point, depending how things go. And then Tom Powell, probably arguably a bigger disappointment. There's another fraud. So, it's just constant. He just hasn't performed to the level that we want. Particularly the last couple of months. He had a decent start, but he's just dropped off. Even at North Melbourne played really well the last couple of games. I'm surprised he only scored 37. So it's just, a kick up the arse. A lot of people have Tom Powell. So a lot of other people in the same situation too. But, it's because of the buys and, other injuries that haven't gone my way and the reason why he's still there. So he's going to be probably in next week just to make that coverage. Or I could even take the ballsy move and get rid of him now because his break-even is going to be even higher. And who do North got next week? Melbourne. Melbourne aren't playing that well. If North Melbourne play like they did the first half and Melbourne in their current form, they could pull off an upset. So I'm not too sure with Tom Powell. He probably has to get rid of him at some point. Just probably not this week. And Sullivan 54. So he may have to go this week. He's done his job and Collingwood are bringing those superstars back in, or the premiership players again. So he might have to go this week. And then there's Sean. So 72. That's okay. It's not the best and not the worst. It's not the least of the worries. So I'm trading him in for Jordan Sweet because I'm thinking I'll take the cash and Sweet's probably not going to get another game, or at least at the moment. So, look, I hope he gets another game just to get that cash generation. Because I really hope he holds on for a couple more weeks at least, because now I need to get English in. And English had a decent game, so his price. Ideally, I want to bring in English this week. But, I just couldn't afford it. And I had to bring Zach Fisher instead in. So I just think, just for the short term, it's just going to work better. And probably long term as well. That way, he might be a potential keeper and he's performing well now, which we'll get to him in a minute. And then Heaney 141. So, he's done his job. He did have a couple of months where he slowed down a little bit, but 141, so he's bounced back. And I picked him at the right time. Well, probably ideally started with him, but... And Zorko got the same score, 141. So if you took the VC option on Zorko, you'd be happy as well. And then you've got Zach Fisher who I traded in. So a bit unlucky with the finish there. Could have got a goal, which would have probably bumped his score up above 80. But look, a bit disappointing since I just traded him in. But like I said, it's for this round and for the buys and just to get another rookie off field because he's definitely going to be the best 22. Yeah, look, he might even be a potential keeper. I got rid of him at the start as well. Traded him out and he's back to form for the last month. Will they keep that up? I'm not too sure. But it's hard to predict, particularly with a young side like North Melbourne. You don't know what Alison Clarkland's going to do. But I'd rather still have him on field than a rookie, just to put it that way. And then you got Jackson, 115, so I'm happy with that. So once again, it shows why he's still, the top forwards for, some of the top forwards for Supercoach this year. Happy with that. And then Dowling, 55, I guess that's okay for his price point. Probably, I don't know if it's enough to keep his spot. Let's hope he plays a couple more weeks just for that extra cash generation. Because we'll need that now and maybe potentially just still have that for after the buys. Because, look, I've got no other four I can probably bring in power, but he's not ideal either. So it's one of those things where I think I've got basically a whole primo for my defence now. There's probably maybe a few other, maybe a Jordan Clark, maybe for a Whitfield at some point, maybe even a Martin, but I want to leave the back line for now in terms of bringing primos in. There's no need for a change at this stage, unless, probably Whitfield wasn't a chopping block, but I was looking to be in that stage, but he's done well enough. For this round, I'm not too sure who else to bring in. I'm still thinking about it. Might probably get rid of Sullivan, though, to get extra cash. Things I don't have too much cash. I don't really make too much trades unless it's an obvious one, or if I'm going to bring in a primo, definitely like in English. But there's no really good forwards to bring in either. So I've got, probably got one more spot really for the forward line. And I'm probably going to ideally bring in Cardwell. Could probably even do that this week. Ideally. No, it'll probably be the best week to do it. So we free up cash. Get rid of Power for Cardwell, potentially. Although Power's playing, so probably not this week. Ideally I was having Richards to trade him out, but that wasn't going to work. So for next week, well, this week coming up, we'll have enough to be on field. I might be fine actually. And obviously got a note there, so 6, that's fine. Okay, so 7. Yeah, so that would be 13. And 14. 15, 16, 17. 18, 19. So we'll have enough for this week. So there's no need to make too many trades this week, which is good. There's not too many keys out. So this week should be fine. I'm more concerned about the week after, to be honest. So we can do a few smart trades this week that might work out fine. I'll probably Sullivan for another cash gen midfielder, but I don't think there's any too much on. So I'll have to take a gamble. We'll just have to wait and see with that. But yeah, overall not too bad this week. Thank you for watching.